Marathon Bros, no, not like this. Oh, God, not like this. Everybody, what's up? Welcome to the third session of Marathon, and so I'll be honest, I haven't checked online, really. I haven't read X or anything like that, but I've been hearing through the grapevine that the numbers are not looking great. And I'm expecting tomorrow, once the weekend is officially done, there's going to be a lot of tap dancing. There's going to be a lot of gnashing of teeth. There's going to be a lot of rage, a lot of laughter. It just feels like this was not what Sony or what Bungie wanted, as far as numbers go. Now, you know, critically wise, I actually do think a lot of oh, this is the one I wanted to activate. Oh no, yeah, we'll stay with this one. But now I have to double check my loadout to make sure I even have lasers. I don't, and I don't have any guns in my vault. So I guess I would change my contract then, right? Yeah, we'll come back to this one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna be able to. I don't think they're going to be able to get this to where they want it to be. If they were really shooting for 7 to 11 million copies sold, I don't know what. That's more of like a systemic failure, and that might not just be Bungie. That might be Sony too, because it's like, how could you be so off on the projections? And then budget-wise, yeah, it's that's what it's going to come down to. It's the same thing with movies. We've mentioned it before, but like you can't drop $250 million into a game and have it be like a niche genre. Unless you were thinking you just made the greatest game in that genre, in which case you're expecting to cannibalize everybody. You
System checks complete. May you operate at peak
efficiency. Thought you were going to get all... nowhere close. Like, you thought you were going to get all the Arc Raider players, all the Tarkov players. You thought you were going to get everybody. And there's just no way they thought that. I mean, and if they did, you know, God bless them. But, no, you know. And I was talking to a cousin of mine who hasn't pulled the trigger on this game, and it doesn't sound like he's going to. Actually, he's playing Master of Command, which I am also playing off stream, which is like a Total War type. It's like Total War meets Battle Brothers, if you know what that is. It's a lot of fun, and it's really well designed, and it's set during like it's like Frederick the Great of Prussia. I don't know. It's Musket, Empire, Total War type shit. He's having way more fun playing that, and I wouldn't say it's different types of fun. I do like this game. Like that's what I would say. You know, for all the haters out there, or even the fans, it's like, no, if you're playing this game and you like the gunplay, which I think most people do. Like, I don't think there's a lot of players that don't like the game. The thing is, there's just not that many players. Like, that's what the problem is in a nutshell. It's just, it didn't appeal to a wide audience. Most of the players that they were trying to get already have their game. Now, did they know? Were they expecting Arc Raiders to be what it was? Probably not. I don't think many people were. So the fact that Arc Raiders kind of dropped 2 or 3 months ago, and you know, this was obviously originally, I think, supposed to come out ahead of Arc Raiders. If the delay doesn't happen, then, you know, this is out before that. How many people are playing Arc Raiders then, if it launched when Marathon did. I don't know. We're never gonna know. And Tarkov I never played, but people who play Tarkov swear by it. Although that is apparently like a much more hardcore game than this. Or Arc Raiders. So it's just, I don't know. I think a lot of things happened at the same time that kind of put this game on the back burner. Didn't let it have like the big audience that they wanted. And my cousin, he's a gamer too, so like he's into this and he follows everything as well. And he was right when he said, there was a hate train for this game. I don't think anybody's going to deny that. But the hate train was Bungie's own doing. And, he didn't know about the triple currency, the battle pass being 20, basically making you spend $20 to get the battle pass because you're 20 short if you spend $10 to buy the luxury currency. It's just stupid. It's stupid stuff like that where it's like you're nickel and diming, and then you're expecting like the internet or the fan base not to figure it out and not tell anybody like, oh wow, this is what they're like. Oh, you're so slick, Bungie. Like, it's weird when you see a marketing mistake like that, or you see a company that's unwilling to acknowledge that these practices are, for the most part, I don't want to say predatory, but they're greedy. And then when you're doing it, when you already have, kind of bad will building up, a lot of people think they fumbled Destiny 2, or they broke the game and made it, not fun. They made it suck. And I left before that happened, but they had an uphill battle. And I just think they thought, whether it was Sony, whether it was Bungie, I don't know who, but I think they just thought, we'll slap our name on this and we're moving 5 million copies just because it's us. It's taking it for granted. It's taking your customer for granted. It actually reminds me of so there's this book I read. I don't even know if it was for college, but it was a book I read when I was younger, when I was like early 20s. And it was called Hug Your Customer. And it was all about this kind of small family-owned department store. It was basically like a Sears or a Macy's. And they operated out of New York City, but they were wildly successful. Now, they weren't trying to expand. They weren't trying to be this giant corporation. It was just a business that had high-end, extraordinarily, extremely loyal customers. And the secret was you just treated your customers like they were special. They knew their birthdays. They knew their families' names. They knew anniversary dates. They knew all this stuff, not just the size or style of clothing, but on a personal level. They treated them like family. And that's where you get kind of this fierce loyalty from. And obviously, Bungie's not going to know the family names of all their players, but you don't try to nickel and dime them. You don't try to screw them out of every last penny. You give them bang for their buck. And I think a lot of companies lose sight of that. I think a lot of them, they just look at, and especially like nowadays too, it just seems like everything's a spreadsheet. Everything's corporate driven, profit driven. And you're just a number on a board. They don't really care about you as a gamer. In a lot of cases, they kind of resent you. They feel like you're not allowing them to express themselves or, put the industry the direction they want. There's all this sort of stuff, right? All this culture stuff. But at the end of the day, the customer, the gamer, should be the most important person to the developer. It's who is spending time and money on your game. It's letting you have a livelihood. It's letting you become, this vaunted, highly sought after, legendary entity. Like Gabe from Steam. Like, he is like whispered. He's like a god amongst men in the gaming community, all because he won't compromise, because he understands his customers are extremely loyal. They've put full trust in him, and he's not going to betray it to go public or to let shareholders dictate what he does. And You know, they're not going to give up on like all this stuff, and it's just you would like to see that extend. And I don't know if it's, you know, like No Man's Sky, Hello Games. There's your example of a developer hugging their customer. They had this huge hype train. It completely underdelivered. It seemed like it totally flopped, and they've been grinding for 10 years now on making that game what it was going to be, or what it was billed as in the hype. How many developers do that? Versus they go out there and they pay for a hit piece on their customers, where you just don't get it, you're a bigot, you're too stupid to get the game was too ambitious for you. Like, it's just, those are all signs of weakness. That's not strength. And if you're just going to constantly kind of backtrack and, you know, backtrack's not even the right word. If you're just going to throw your customers under the bus when you fail, then how do you get that trust back? You don't. It's over. And there's so many developers and studios that don't get that take it for granted. And then, you know, that's why the indies are killing it right now, because they respect their customers, because they're small. They know that they're living and dying based off of, you know, a couple thousand people loving their game and spreading the good word. So when you see a game like Slay the Spire 2 blow up and have 500,000 followers, I mean 500,000 concurrent players on Steam, well, it did that because it listened to its fans. It knew what they wanted, and it delivered again. It didn't try to do an extraction shooter, Slay the Spire. Like, when you say that out loud, it sounds ridiculous. And the fact that so many studios, or it's really Bungie, like Bungie just didn't, they deviated. They zigged when they should have zagged. And whether it was they were behind, they were, you know, I don't know.
Fifteen minutes until signal loss.
So you do feel bad, you know. I do. Because it's hard to... It's not hard, but it stinks. You know, nobody wants... Nobody wants to see Bungie fail. But if Bungie's not going to give you what you want... You know, that's the market dictates then. So, I don't know. It's tough. And watching Marathon kind of flail and flop like this, you know, that's a bummer.
Market opportunity. Intercept.
Because nobody, again, like, and other, you know, defenders of Bungie would be like, well, that's the problem right there. Is like there's too many people who just hate the game. And they didn't give it a chance, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, that's true, man, but also, like, clearly the free market, nobody was clamoring for a Bungie extraction shooter. None. And to pretend like they were is silly. There's this bio thing. Terminal. Ah, come on. Sparkleaf bioprinters in South Relay. Like, did I just... I thought this was a bioprinter. Yes, but it's not a Sparkleaf bioprinter. Duh. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh. Drop. Take. Drop. Take. Okay. printers up here in the first floor. So yeah, it's just, you need to respect your customer. You need to, yeah, it's just, it sucks. I shouldn't say it sucks. It's just, it's shocking how few companies seem to grasp it or get that, you know. Bolt cell. Nose down here. There's no printer. No storage drive. Come on, come on. Oh, can't get in that door. Did I join like a thing that was already going on? I feel like this is pretty fast. This is already being done. There's just the roof. Oh, South Relay, come on. I mean, I don't think I have time to do this anyway. I have to get to overflow. This is in one run. Right? I'm supposed to get to overflow. North. South, overflow. North. Which makes me think the only way I would be able to do this is if I spawn in the right area. So I need to spawn near south. I was already over here. Cash money. Oop.
Ten minutes remain.
Here we go. I'm not feeling good, bros. We're going for it. So, basically, the whole point of that gist was they didn't do it. They didn't hug their customer. Their customers know. Oh. Ah, the knife is powerful. I didn't recognize that he was an assassin either. That's fine. That's fine. Wow. All these things, like, I don't need any of these. Sell. 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 I mean, maybe you do. Maybe these are worth holding on to, but I'm not. Especially they're all just grays. Like, I'll hold on to the greens. Get out of here. So I mean, I'm with. I don't think they'll let this game shut down. I think Bungie now will look at it, Sony correctly. They're going to be like, okay, this is just like an income stream. It's like whatever we get from it is good. It would be ridiculous if. It would be ridiculous if Sony like shut down Bungie. Like, it can't happen. Not after they just bought them for $4 billion. Like, you gotta at least let them try another time. And they're gonna try, I would hope, to do like basically a Halo type game. And then there's something to be said for trying something new. Like that's like not been my problem with this game. The problem is if they really spent that much money to create an extraction shooter, that's wasteful. And that's like bad management, bad foresight. I don't know what they were doing. Really silly. And no amount of toxic positivity or shouting down the haters or fighting on Twitter is going to change the arithmetic, you know. Like, you screwed up. You spent too much money. And you're not getting your bang for your buck. And like most people who are playing the game like the game. It's just most people don't want to play an extraction shooter. And most people weren't expecting an extraction shooter from Bungie. So it's like bad decisions, bad decisions just mounting on top of one another. And again, I mean, they're in a better spot than Highguard or those other games because they charged money. So, you know, you got at least the $40 sales foot in the door. So it's not like a Highguard. Oh, good, it's not one run. Oh, man. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, now I don't care. Now this is a good grind. I was bumming for a second. It's like, really? Hey. Couldn't start me further away. Again.
Engaging affirmation protocol. Assert. You are a winner. Assert. You can do it.
But I really better not start seeing press releases where they're complaining about the fan base, complaining about the, you know, the reviews. Like I saw, like, it's just like a bunch of little things they're doing that people can pick up on it. Like, oh, please don't review the game until the end of March. It's like, why? Well, it's like, well, because we got our first major patch and more content. And like all that tells me is like, so you didn't launch a finished game. So you want the game to be released, and then you want players to play for a month, and then you want them to review the game. And all I can think is it's either they're very confident that people will stick around for a month and keep playing the game, or they truly feel like, well, until you've played for at least a month, it's not going to feel special. You're not going to feel like you've accomplished anything. And only playing, 5 to 10 runs and then writing a review, you're not even scratching the surface of the depth of the gameplay that we've got. And, some of that is cope, I would say. But it does seem like it doesn't seem like it's a very wide pool, but it does seem deep. And it's definitely deeper than Arc Raiders. Story narrative-wise, and I don't know if I would say content-wise, because I'm sure the maps in Arc Raiders are probably way bigger, and obviously the servers, or whatever. But I'm not going to say they don't have a point. It's just a tough look. It's a tough look to say that as the game is being released. And obviously it wasn't like a command. It was a suggestion, but I think we all know that Bungie would be keeping tabs on which reviewers drop reviews immediately or don't listen to their recommendation, for access and stuff like that. So, I mean, I probably won't. I will probably drop a review video about this game maybe next week. I won't do it immediately because I think you'll get a lot of negative blowback for whatever, well, not for whatever reason. You get a lot of negative blowback if you do review this game right away, because people are automatically going to be, especially if it's like not a glowing ball washing review. I mean, it goes both ways. That's the other thing I can't stand right now, though, too. People are like, people are, I don't know, soft is the word I'm going to use. But it's like, I've never seen people complain so much about people having takes on their takes. And it's constant, and it's from both sides. Both sides are like, oh, I can't believe You know, all these hate, these shills. And it's just kind of like, it's like, man, they're allowed to have different takes to it, you know? And not everybody's a shill, but again, would I say there are shill takes? Of course. And I think everybody's pointed out already, like, obviously anybody who took a sponsorship, anybody who, you know, is doing drops or giveaways, like, yeah, you signed an NDA or whatever, you can't give a bad take, we get it. Potomo. I like how it just rotates between your free supports. But yeah, man, it's going to be bad for the marathon stands, the marathon defenders, the Bungie super fans. They're going to have a real bad time the next couple of months. And for their sake, well, I divide it into two camps too. There's the people who legitimately like the game, who are Bungie fans, who love extraction shooters. This is their cup of tea, right? Then I think there's a lot of performative people out there, especially online, where they just want to be on that side of the fence. And for whatever reason. Certain people they don't like have a different opinion. They don't like the way the discourse went. They think it's unfair. Whatever. Half of them probably don't even play the game. They just want to post about it and get upvotes and engagement off of being Bungie's strongest soldier. And, you know, you can do that, but
engaging shell monitoring software.
It's because you see it all the time. You saw it with Highguard when Highguard was shutting down. You see these people posting these big, long laments and, oh, this game was so much fun and they never gave it a chance. And then you look up, I was like, oh, you streamed it once a month ago. That's what that's what I did. And that was enough for me to be like, no, not for me. Not good. You know, and that's what most people's take were. Even the people who are out there trying to tell you that they were playing it nonstop and they couldn't wait for all the content that they've been robbed of now. You know, that's not what's happening. Most of those people are full of it. And it's not, I mean, you can movies, TV shows, it happens across all media. It's a very weird phenomenon. People like to talk about the phenomenon of like, oh, people just hate to hate. It's a hate farm, you know, where you're just clicking hate and outrage to make money. But nobody really talks about the people who just glaze stuff and they don't even play. Or they want things to be a certain way, and then when those things come out, they don't even go to the movie, turn on the TV, buy the game. It's all for show. It's all a social status weird, you know, I like this, you don't, I'm a good person, you're a bad guy. Like, that's what it is. And it's bizarre. scumbag now.
USC reinforcements have arrived.
Okay, that was kind of cool. They just set stuff off everywhere. This guy cased the entire place.
Signal recall window closes in 20 minutes.
I mean, I'm toast. So I don't even know why I'm trying to be cute about this. What is happening? Oh, come on. Where's this other thing that I can scan? Hey. Hey. Oh.
Caution. UESC reinforcements now active.
Ain't no way. Whatever this guy's doing in here. I don't know if he was just setting a trap. Probably. Hey, money. That's it. I'm done. Well, it was a fun run. Now at least we just have to deal with the North Relay. We're so close. We're gonna get to level 10. Oh, another rank reward available. Hey. Hey. Alright, let's actually try a loadout here. What to use? What to use? I don't think I've tried this thing yet. There it is. Very silly. Some would say yes. Like I do see their point where they're like, you know, you should wait until the end of the month, because they're probably like, how many people are going to be at Outpost even? I mean, I haven't played for a ton. I played for 3 hours, maybe 4 hours so far. And I'm not even at Outpost yet, so they're probably thinking, well, you got to spend at least a minimum of, 10 hours playing the game before you give it a review. Which, to be fair, a lot of these CRPGs and all that stuff, people do put in 10 hours. You play a game, Resident Evil. I mean, Resident Evil 9, people probably beat the game and then wrote a review. It's 10-hour, 13-hour game. So I don't think it's crazy for Bungie to be like, actually give the game a try. Like, don't get through the tutorial and get smoked by a bunch of sweats like 4 times and then decide the game is trash. Actually try to play the game. I respect that. I mean, I don't think they're wrong in saying something like that. I just think even if you do that, you're going to have the same gripes and the same issues. Like, the game just is not... There's just not enough. There's just not enough here. Especially, I mean, not especially, because there's a good amount. I see, like, if this was a $60 game, $70 game, oh, man. Forget about it. This gun is not good. Oh, they definitely patched that, so you can just pick up right away. That's good. That was a good move. And so, like, and then doing, again, I don't really know how... I don't know how the other extraction games really played, like Tarkov or whatever. But, like, the idea that you're doing the missions, you don't need to extract to advance the narrative. It's another good, like, wrinkle. So there might be a lot here that I'm, like, quality of life, or maybe this game doesn't do things that annoy the shit out of people in extraction shooters, and that's why they are hyped, and they're like, this is actually really good. But again, I just think you're asking for too much, unfortunately. And maybe, they'll probably say, well, that's what we're talking about. I wish I had a grenade. Ain't I a stinker? But yeah, you can see like the little thing, the animations are all cool. Like it's people want to hate on Bungie. You can't really argue with them. I just think they gave them a lot of ammo. And a lot more than they needed to. So I don't know. I hope. I mean, maybe that's what. Maybe what is this proof of concept? I mean, so much of this comes down to like what they're saying in the boardroom. That's why I'm like so curious about it. I think that's why a lot of people are curious about it. So it's not just haters. I mean, they're there, but it's like no. I want to know, like, what was the goal for the game? You know, were they trying to be like this massive IP, or is this like, yeah, we're trying to gauge interest, because then we're gonna go balls to the wall and really try to make the game of the year. Because that's another thing I would say though too, like, better hope this does not get AstroTurf for game of the year, because then you're going to see the hate get dialed up to a crazy level, and not wrongly. Agriculture report, where are you? So I'm curious to see, like on Monday, tomorrow, I'm going to be very curious when I open up X.
20 minutes remain.
Here it is. Hey, mission done. No power. What? Oh, it's downstairs. Oh, there's one. This way, right? Yeah. That was an annoying little thing.
No sign of the fungal growth from algae pond 3. So the novel contagion
Perfect.
hasn't
Let's
spread
go.
here. Yet. The filters requires a temporary shutdown, and pond 3 is already offline.
USC reinforcements incoming.
Well, they're gonna drop them right on my head, probably. That'd be so annoying. There's a ladder there. I think that's the only ladder, right? Nope. Okay, 2 ladders. So I'll definitely say that about this game. The knife is way more powerful than you would have thought. I haven't fought anybody rolling sniper, which really surprises me. I have a railgun now too, but I'm good. I know I sandbagged this guy bad. That's what you gotta do though. Solos. Heartless. Somebody's throwing around. Hey, we got the mission done. And we exfiltrated. Woo woo! Woo woo! Got a runner. That was a good run. You're so close, bro. Yeah.
Supporting a viable exoplanet population is a daunting task under the best of circumstances. The data that you retrieved supports my hypothesis. The colony struggled to achieve food security. Genomic analysis shows accelerated mutation in native flora and fauna. Colony-era inspection logs also reference human reports suffer from anxiety-driven errors. AI are less prone to casual anthropomorphism. Though the colony's agricultural AI is defunct, you can still recover.
Now we're in dire marsh. That seems like a good one. Oh, that's a good one too. I wonder, so you're gonna have to rebuy these every season? God, that sucks. Ooh, one intel. Whoa. So what's the max level? 100? Holy crap. 100. Jeez. Like, what are we talking about? That was just to do the codex. That was funny. Runner. I don't have anything for Destroyer. That's all I've been playing as. Ooh, I've only exfilled 11 times. Oh, interesting. Okay. This thing was pretty good, actually. I didn't hate it. We'll do one more run. Risk it. Dire Marsh it is. One more run for today. And then we'll probably stream again tomorrow night, but because yeah, it's just, you know, it's final thought. It's not final thoughts, but it's just you're seeing which way the wind's blowing, and I don't know. This is probably they're probably looking at maybe 100,000 consistent players across all platforms would be my guess. Maybe 200,000, and I think that's enough to keep going. Like, you're definitely not shutting the game down, but it's a far cry from where they want it to be. And a lot of people pointed out that extraction shooters, it's pretty rare. Second floor terminal of algae. Hack data repository, catwalk. Okay, so the catwalk, nice. Algae ponds, wait a minute. Second floor terminal, okay. But like, I don't know, don't you guys think like this should be like 3 maps to me is insulting, almost. That's what you launched with, was 3 maps. I mean, I just don't think that cuts it nowadays. Like, I'm trying to think, aren't there 4? Are there 4 or 5 maps in Arc Raiders? Like, there's definitely more than 3. And they have different weather conditions and, like, wildfires and... Could have done without that. You can see that thing. That sucked. Oh, wait, do I have to do this in one run? No, it's not in one run. It's just... Oh man, this will be so good if I just get this done and get out of here. Excellent. This is another runner. I'll tell you right now, the assassins definitely give me the most trouble. For sure. I feel like there's... somebody's stomping around up there. I don't care. Yeah, you have fun in there. I'm on a mission from God. From Gaius. I'm on a mission from Gaius. But I'm gonna I think I'm gonna play this game until they shut it down. I think it's always fun to have a game like that where you're like, I'm here from the launch to the end. I was like that with Destiny 1, all the way up until Destiny 2 came out. I don't even know, does Destiny 1 even still, can you even play Destiny 1? Or did they like kill the game? It's actually a great question. My guess is they killed the game. But I've been surprised before. Nope. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Don't need it. Going to the second floor anyway.
An anomalous rift has been detected in the area.
Two. Oh my god, dude, so good. Let's go. Deet, deet, deet. Oh,
Priority contract
done
complete.
before the exfils even load. Come on. Trash, trash, trash.
Signal recall window closes in 20 minutes.
Oh, it's just a black void. Eye wash stations, very nice. Alright, that's a further fall than I thought it was. Let's see if anybody tries it. This is so good if I can get this. End on a high note. Nice. Got it. Be out of here. I don't think... Did I even kill anybody? I don't think I killed a single thing. Maybe one. No. Pacifist run. Pacifist run completed. That should be an achievement. Yeah, the game's just like that. You didn't do anything. Au contraire, my friend.
The colonists use support AI as a safety net. Mine is immune to biological stressors. However, the agricultural AI's metadata is puzzling. Artificial intelligence does not eat, so it does not starve. It should not fear. And yet it was afraid. I lack the data to reach a conclusion.
Now, here's what's crazy. If there's only 3 missions per faction. Perimeter again. In a single run. Yeah, south, north, okay. Yeah. Got it. I'm going to save that for another day. Codex, Intel, contracts. Yeah, so data. Okay, no. So there are paradigm shifts, selection pressures. So there's 3. So 3, 4, 5. All right, so that's pretty good. That's basically 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18. 18 primary missions. That's not terrible. Enhanced salvage, thank you. Alright, I mean, we're pushing it. We're getting there. Alright guys, a little bit of a short stream today. I just wanted to check in on a Sunday. I know, not my regularly scheduled day. So I'll probably be back on tomorrow for longer as we keep pushing forward a marathon. But I don't know, I thought it was worth kind of talking about and seeing where the game's heading. Kind of a reality check, I think, for where people need to be expecting this game to sit at. But it's weird because you keep saying that, and then at the same time I keep saying it is a good game though. So, but again, good in the strictly, like in the literally in the IGN sense, where this is a 7 out of 10, and it's, you know, it's got an addictive play loop. I don't know how long it holds you for. This is the opening weekend, and it's kind of under the gun because I'll be honest with you, once Crimson Desert comes out, I feel like that is going to own my streaming and my playtime for months to come. So maybe there'll be a day. Maybe we'll do like one day marathon Mondays or something like that, and we'll do marathon on Monday, and then the rest of the streams will be Crimson Desert. But that's kind of what I got in my head right now. But we'll see, because, you know, maybe it might not be worth it, and maybe we got to see if it makes it past 45 days. Because right now, that's if the Conquered trilogy is to be, the prophecy is to be fulfilled. You know, Conquered lasted, I think, a week. High Guard lasted 45 days, so my assumption is Marathon's shooting for 90, and if it can make it by 90, then it's broken the prophecy. But anyway, hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and yeah, hope you're enjoying Marathon or whatever you're playing. All right, guys, peace.